So far, we've created a descriptor and added the extension point so that we can receive configurations through contributions. In order to take advantage of these contributions and integrate them in the service's logic, first, we need to instantiate a hash map when the service is loaded during startup so that we can store the contributions sent and nullify it when the service is unloaded. Second, we need to store the contributions in the hash map and handle possible overrides. And third, we need to leverage these contributions in the service. Remember that our service extends the default component class. The first two steps require us to override its methods. First, we'll set a retention policies attribute in our class, which will be a hash map of string and retention descriptor objects. We'll override the activate method to instantiate it. This method will be called when the service is loaded during startup. Following OSGI principles, a component could be unloaded at any moment. In that case, we need to nullify our hash map. This is handled using the deactivate method. Okay, now we'll want to fill in that hash map with the contributions. This time we have to override the default component's register contribution method. That looks like this. The contribution is sent as a bare object, so first we'll cast it. Then we can add it to the hash map. Finally, we want to use these contributions in our service's logic. For example, we could add a method that would be called on a regular basis. It would first determine the documents to archive by querying for contracts which meet the conditions expressed in each contribution. Then some logic would be applied on the result set. After this final step, our extension point is complete. Optionally, we could add some contributions in the resources and reference them in the manifest file. Doing so would provide default logic, which could easily be overridden in another bundle or in Nuxeo Studio. Using an extension point brought some substantial benefits. Retention policies can be added, updated, or removed anytime without requiring us to change our code. Our service also remains easy to maintain, refactor, and extend as we see fit. Let's take a final look at what we did during these videos. Writing a sample XML contribution is what you should start with. It'll force you to think about what should be configurable and how the information should be formatted. Later on, you can keep it to provide default configuration to your service and also use it for a unit test. Building a descriptor class is the second thing to do. It's made easier since you'll already have a contribution to match. Adding the extension point to the service's declaration component comes third because you need to reference the descriptor's class name in it. Afterwards, the service can be updated. You need to override three methods: the activate and deactivate methods to instantiate or nullify the contributions list, and the register contribution method to add contributions to the list. From there, you can leverage the contributions to execute your logic. And that's it. Services can handle several extension points, so feel free to add as many as you want.